What's up, guys? Team Rage here, doing another deck profile. This one is going to be Majesty Lord Blaster for set 5. Check out, the channel for the rest of our current deck profiles. We're going to try and do a profile for all of our decks that we have. So, yeah, expect a lot of videos soon. And, as I said, this one is Majesty Lord Blaster. Of course, the starters Wingle Brave. When a blaster that's boosted by this unit hits anything, you send Wingle Brave to the soul and search a card from your deck with Blaster in its name. Pretty simple. And then 4 crits. And then 2 crits. And then 2 more crits. 8 crits are good. But you want to... The reason I'm playing 2 Lu and 2 Owl is because I want to try and throw off my opponent's numbers. If it makes it look like I'm playing 12 crits, then they may be more cautious, I guess, against my attacks because they all have a chance to be too critical. And so, yeah, it throws off their numbers, and it's like, wait, what? Anyways, back to the regular part of the deck. 4 draw triggers. Again, the reason I'm playing 3 Margle and 1 of this guy is because I want to try and throw off their numbers, and Margle is pretty good. 4 lane, duh. And then, for grade 1s, we have 4 Marin. AK boosters are good. 4 Isolt. I was testing 3, but the chance that my Blaster Dark is going to have to be guarded by this card, or by a Null Guard, is pretty low. And I basically outweighted that with the fact that I'm playing 8 grade 3s, and anytime I play 8 grade 3s, I have to max out Null Guards. I know I said in my Shadow Paladin deck profile that I did not like to play 8 grade 3s. This deck is the exception. Anyways, 3 Toy Poogles. It's the best booster the deck has. It can become 9 if I have 2 or more grade 3 units in play. So it becomes basic. It makes Majesty Lord Blaster after his skill 21 base per turn, which allows me to hit almost all numbers. The only thing I can't hit is a Majesty Lord Blaster for a 15 guard and a cross-rided unit for 15 guard. 15 guard. Other than that, this card's really good. It also sets up my Bedivere to be 21, which is the only way to make a unit like that. So yeah, Toy Pooggle. 3K. He's 7K and He's 7K and he's a decent 10K beatstick once I have a Blaster Vanguard. So he plays the role of both a 7K booster and a 10K attacker. So pretty decent. And then 1 copy of Lien, because I kind of like a little bit of consistency. When I played any Royal Paladin build, there's always played 1 of it, at least. So yeah, pretty good. And for grade 2s, we have 3 Blaster Blade, 3 Blaster Dark. These are the cards you need for your Majesty Lord Blaster plays, so here they are. I was running 4 Blaster Dark because he has very few ways to be searched, but I reduced it because I only need it to happen once usually, so yeah. 3 Bedivere. I was playing 4 for a while, but I decided to omit it for another K because I want to make sure that I have enough grade 1s. And I play 1 Star Call Trumpeter for the chance that I can just be like, call, play. That simple. Star Call Trumpeter is decent. The only problem with her is that she's 8K, so she's very weak on her own. She can barely hit any grade 2s on her own. So the only thing she can really do attack-wise is kill off AK boosters that were pushed into the front row to attack. So, again, the only reason I don't run more of her is because she's 8K. 9K, she'd be insanely good. And now for the star of the deck, 3 Majesty Lord Blaster. The way he works is, when he's in the Vanguard Circle, he gains 2,000 power and +1 critical at all times if Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark are in the soul. And then he has an auto ability that when it attacks in the Vanguard Circle, you can send from your rear guard Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark, and for the turn he gains 10,000 power. So basically, the turn he's swinging for 22,000 2 critical on his own. And if you have any boosters behind him, he's even bigger. So, pretty threatening. The big thing is that he's 12K all the time afterwards, and the extra critical is pretty much icing on the cake. That 12k allows him to avoid 15k guards against most vanguards. So it allows you to conserve your shield against your opponent in the late game, so it's not too harsh on your hand. And the turn that you play the Majesty Lord Blaster combo, it's usually pretty harsh on your hand because you're giving up about 2 cards to do it. And so yeah, it can be pretty harsh to use this skill. The turn it's played, but afterwards it starts becoming more worth it to you because you're not giving up nearly as many shields. But enough about that. Next we have 3 Swordsmen of Explosive Flames, Halamedes. He is a 13k attacker in the rear guard because, you know, you can't play him without having grade 3 Vanguard. So, 1, 2. Oh, look at that, 13. And when paired up with Marin, he is 21, and when paired up with Toypukal, he's 22, which is enough to hit for a 15k guard on this guy. So, yeah, he's very good, and I wouldn't play any less or any more than this. Next, the 2 tech grade 3s, Gancelot and Alfred. Gancelot is basically a 4th Blaster Blade in the form of a grade 3. It allows me to, if I desperately need to ride this card as a grade 3, I have a grade 3. Or, which I usually will do, is send it back and search for Blaster Blade. And there we go. My play is all set up. I thought about playing Dream Painter with this card because, you know, getting my play off without having to sacrifice much of my board is pretty decent. And lastly, Alfred. Some people were against this, but Alfred is a 10k on his own, whereas Akane is 8, which, as I mentioned before about the Star Call Trumpeter, 8 is very weak. And then Alfred, for Counterblast 3, in both the Vanguard and Rearguard Circle, can let me call any Royal Paladin 2 or less. So I'm basically able to call out the one part of my combo that I need. Say I need a Blaster Blade, I have a Blaster Blade. If I need a Toypukal, I have a Toypukal. As well, if I made that play, I have a grade 3. So it allows me to set up my Toypukal play, and because I have another grade 3, this and Toypukal will trigger, and, you know, fun stuff happens, and columns. So that is my Majesty Lord Blaster profile for at least right now. I will probably be playing this or the Shadow Paladin deck, mostly, at my locals because, well, I got rid of Spectral Duke. God rest its soul, but I was getting bored of it. I know, that sounds bad. But anyways, that is the profile, guys. Any suggestions, comments, or concerns, and the crotch. And thank you for watching, and peace.